Just arrived in New South Wales.
He's iconic on TikTok.
Right behind me. And
thank you for the 17 months.
Shamazel I've walked through with
I love this guy.
They're really upset. Now, there's only final payment that's due, and apparently the builder has booked practical completion next Wednesday, and Friday is handover. They anticipate handover to be on Friday. Now, today is Thursday. So let me show you what's going on here. And then
it doesn't look very finished.
If this is ready for a handover.
This is how bad the builds are getting here.
I'm gonna just have a walkthrough with you guys.
Are there any tradies in the chat? Yes or no? Yeah, thank you.
This appears to be draining during construction, which is a breach of the Australian standards. It has to be.
His whole thing, this is a breach. Like, he's just so funny.
Manage the stormwater around the property during construction has to be managed, guys.
This is shocking.
Have a look at this. We are greeted with the Cementel cladding here. Oh, sorry, this is James Hardie actually. They've got offcuts of different manufacturers. But have a look at the installation here. Practical completion coming up, guys, with a little screw for you.
That does look bad. I don't even know house building and that looks bad.
And we're going to go under the house soon, but let me just take you for a walk around.
I love his TikTok. Like, it's crazy. This is why you almost don't want new builds anymore. Oh, thank you, critic.
Area right here, and it is made up of cement sheet, flooring, Cementel, as you can see right there.
This is like, honestly, I went to a new build
supposed to be structural,
and it was exactly like
so
this.
Water goes away from the property. There is no movement joint as well.
This is why, like, this is not even a joke. Like, this is so common in Victoria. And I think everywhere now, because they're rushing new builds. That's the problem though. And this is my concern, right? Is that the first home buyers grant, which is what meant to help people, because our housing market being so inflated, people get a house, because you almost need like over $100,000 or something ridiculous to be able to get like a deposit for a house and this and that with the banks, right? You have to get new builds. To be able to get the grant, it has to be a new build under a certain amount of money, which half the time puts you in like kind of bad areas. So say you get a new build, this is what all the new builds are turning out like, which is almost like the government's kind of setting people up a little bit because they're not proper builds. So then like you go in, right, you save all this money, you get the grant from the government, which basically just gets rid of your stamp duty, like 40, 50 grand. And then your house, like this poor quality, will be fucked in like 5 years, 10 years, it's going to fall to bits. And then you're not going to be able to sell it for anything. It's almost like they're doing you dirty at the same time.
This is a breach of the manufacturer's installation manual, which means there's no more warranty. We have, let's have a look what we have here.
You reckon they'll get issues after they move in? Surely it lasts a bit.
We have basically 5.9 meters and no movement joint installed.
I don't know what that means.
Let's keep going around. I'll just grab my level first. Now have a look at this tripping hazard.
Oh, this guy is a bit dramatic.
And also,
why do they cement everything now? I feel like this would have been a perfect strip for like grass. Why do they cement everything?
Works.
This is pretty bad.
How can you get this wrong? With a fall towards the home. 17 mil fall.
I don't know what that means.
What about this one here? This surely has to be
Nah,
correct.
I want a garden. I want grass, some greenery.
14 mil, okay. This is
nice. It prevents, what's building movement?
This one?
But it's so ugly, you know? Where do your kids play?
Oh, man. Let's keep going.
There's literally no grass in this property. It's all cement.
We have around...
yeah, I mean, it's not hard to mow a lawn, chat. It's a tiny, like, you don't have yard. It's a tiny property. That drain does not look good. That looks so scuffed.
And then also, we have a nice cavity here.
No way is this about to be handed over. What? Why?
Look at this cavity.
Who built this house?
Here. A floating frame. There's nothing in the dirt.
This would, I'm not shitting you, depending what part of Victoria, it'd probably still
And then
sell for like
also we have,
800,000. This is probably an $800,000 house. Doesn't look like it's draining very well.
Look at the quality of this workmanship.
Hello.
Practical completion coming up.
Jeepers.
And also, have a look at this as well. We've got
It's a
the
nice
walls
guy.
are supposed to finish flush with this wall here.
Oh.
And I'll show you guys
Oh, they
a
were.
photo on the screen. But this guy took it out, stepped it out a bit. So we've got an extra panel of Hebel.
Fair. Don't know why they did that.
We've
Other
got
works in
around,
construction site. One time he had to
75
inform the
here.
foreman that they literally forgot to do
It's
one
supposed to finish here.
townhouses back landscape. Really?
It doesn't.
It is
And
like
when the
maybe
homeowner brought
overworked.
This
Who's building these?
to the builder said, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. And then also we have the same issue here. No movement joint.
That
Nothing.
looks curved, unless it's his camera.
No movement joint here. Inadequate fall. Now come and have a look at these walls here. This is the garage walls.
Maybe we haven't even got inside the house yet. Oh, God.
14, 15 mil out.
Doesn't look very...
It's like a seesaw.
Oh, my God. Chat, how long do you reckon this house would last? Like, this has to be dangerous, right?
Let's keep going. And have a look what else is going on here. Massive
2
trench
months?
here.
Really?
6 mil.
I wonder what
That's
happens here.
okay.
Because the building construction companies just say they go bankrupt and then
8
you just
mil.
have to pay for a house that's shit.
This whole section is pretty bad.
How does that a
Take look at these
garage? How does a
steps
car fit in there? They look so crap. Surely they're like temporary.
The steps are sitting on a 90-45. And it appears they might have something here. Might have a pad. Yeah, there's some cement here actually, sorry.
That's good. They kind of look like not finished.
It is sitting on a cement pad. I thought it was just sticking into dirt. So
I want this
Have a
guy
look
to
at these
inspect my
guys.
future house. I feel like he knows what he's doing. Smith, thank you for the 2 months up for 41 months. Holy moly. Thank you. That looks so shit. What have they
have a look
done?
at this footing.
Why would they do that?
Would you accept this if this was your new home?
The Pepsi? Thank you for this for 41 months. That's insane. Thank you.
Look at the finish here, guys.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's probably one of the worst I've seen. No way is that nearly about to hand the keys over.
Is this floating? Well, it appears so.
I would do a collab. Hey, inspect my future house.
Look at this.
That is
It's
floating.
actually floating. It's not
His
bearing
attention to detail is
fully
insane. Can you build my house?
on the pad.
I like the way he talks. It's so funny.
And
It's comedic without being
This has been
comedic.
passed by the building surveyor. This has been passed by the building surveyor, guys.
I think this is why, apparently, if you're doing a build, you're meant to
Now let's go inside here and take a look. I'm going to bring my
you're
plans
meant
with me.
to. They offer you
Let's go.
normally like building companies a building inspector, but you're meant to get your own. You get your own
Let's go on.
separate building inspector for this reason, apparently. Hello, living. How are you? The Pepsi adds value. I don't know what's going on out here. This is some weird stuff. On inside the house. This is all like house building, tradie, technical. Wait, show me the inside
Now,
aesthetics.
this is very common, guys. Now, this plastic, I don't know if this is actually the manufacturer. So we're not saying this is the manufacturer. It might be just a cover-up kind of thing. It might be just a protection. However, according to the Australian standards, and please be mindful of this, is that there has to be minimum marking requirements as per AS 1288, and I'll put an extract on the screen. There should be some kind of marking on the corners of the glass panels.
What do you mean by
Nothing here.
marking? What do they mean by
Nothing here.
marking?
Nothing here.
They got middle markings.
And I'll tell you in a sec why.
Okay.
We want to confirm on the video that there's nothing. 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 Look at this. Nothing here. Nothing on the top.
I wonder what that means.
Nowhere.
Because I know they have to have the middle thing so you don't run into it.
Guys. There has to be
Ah,
5
Princess, thank you for paying
items
forward your subby.
that show that the name, the registered trademark or code of the manufacturer or supplier, the type of safety glass, the
True.
standards of which the safety glass has been tested,
Oh, it's like fake glass. They cheaped out. Is that what that means?
the grade
Thank
of
you,
test classification,
Gami,
AUB,
thank you.
and a number to indicate
Why does
the
he
nominal
sound like
thickness
he
to
skip
standard
out the
glazing
breakfast
Shut
lunch
up,
and dinner round?
James.
material. So here, there's nothing anywhere. Anywhere.
This looks like trash, this build.
Nothing here. So that is non-compliant. And you got to remember, there is also no markings. There's no sticker. Sorry, there is no sticker label on the frame. That has to
So
be
does that mean
there
it's just
before an OC
unbranded
gets
windows?
issued. It's normally placed
I'm paying
at
a
the top or at the bottom.
I'm buying an
of
old
the
house.
frame. And it's supposed to say
Oh,
the
it's like
manufacturer's
Chinese
spec.
rubbish
There's
glass?
supposed to be 4 items on this label.
I'd
There's
want the-
nothing there.
Wow. Yeah, I'd want like proper double glazed glass because that's what
nothing,
keeps like the heat
absolutely
and
nothing,
cooling
nowhere.
in your house.
Nowhere here. And the
Oh, they're
label's
going out their way to
supposed
get
have
cheap
as
materials to
well
save
4 items.
costs.
I'll put an extract from the screen. That
That's
is,
true. Why
in
is
breach
that?
of
They need to
AS
pass laws to stop this.
2047. Supposed to have the manufacturer's
Well, there
identification
clearly is
mark,
laws, but
serviceability
they need
limit,
to enforce these laws a bit more.
state wind pressure, the ultimate limit, state wind pressure and water.
Because in
penetration.
Australia, the law protects the builder from being removed from a job more than it does the client from having a ship builder because construction lobbyists in Parliament and property developers. But this is going to cause like we've already got a housing crisis. This is going to cause catastrophic issues later down the line. Like this is dangerous.
Vibration resistance, there's nothing here.
What's he doing?
So let's have a look now. I want to do a quick test.
I thought he was
See what
pissing then.
happens when
I
we
actually thought he was
put water here.
pissing.
On the
I was
sliding
like,
door.
bro, I don't know about peeing on
Check
it.
if the waterproof has been done properly. Put a bit of water there. Bit of water going
I
under the
thought he was
home.
so disgusted in it. He was
Means
just
the waterproofing.
pissing.
Is not adequate.
It's my fucking house.
And look how the water's ponding there, guys. Let's just leave this like that and go under and have a look what's happening. And look at this. It's already dripping. There you go, guys.
Hello, welcome in, Arcane.
Oh, it's dripping from here as well. Oh my god, it's dripping on my face. Now, how is this happening?
Rust and rot.
Let's take a look.
This is
supposed to be
bad.
waterproof, by the way.
Shame the builders. Drop their
there's no
names.
waterproofing whatsoever. Water is simply going straight down.
So it's meant to like roll off. Should I call her? What?
Wow.
How does this make you think of her? Sad thing is, it's extremely expensive to take a builder to court, and they are likely not gonna. They're just gonna get a slap on the wrist. Yeah, this like needs to change. I would only build if
Let's
I
go upstairs
knew a
as
builder.
well.
It looks like it would have been a
And have
nice
look what else we
house.
can find here. I mean, we've been here all day. I just want to show you guys the major items that we found here. There's other bits and pieces, for example.
I mean,
look
it
at
will
this.
look nice for the next few years before it falls apart.
Have a look at this wall here. It goes in. It's tapered in.
Doesn't help that he's got like a
Around 10
GoPro or
mil.
something. It's making everything look curved. I was like, holy shit, that's
And this
curved, but
wall
it's his
is
camera.
around 14 mil out. Let me get the level.
I love the dramatic music. Oh wow, it doesn't even go flat.
Have a look. Have a look
Oh,
at what happens. The wall.
how do they even do that? How do they even? How do you manage that?
Yep. Completion next week, guys. Handover
One-
next week.
Eee.
So we have a.
See
really
this
nice
house. Look at this house. I reckon this is like a 1 point. Like this would probably be $1 million house.
kitchen area here. Beautiful kitchen area. Nice view as well. Nice view from non-compliant sliding door. and
Non-compliant.
Balcony. Nice view here.
Yeah, they'll probably build on that soon.
Still a lot of work to do.
It would be a nice house if they built it right. They have to be drunk or something to build this.
We have this. It appears that the waterproofing is compliant. I mean, we haven't received any
I think
certifications.
it's a random pipe.
But have a look at this here. We've got this window.
Oh, nice. You can have a shower and like look out to your
Opens
neighbours.
all the way. And this is a breach of the National Construction Codes. It can't open more than 125 mil,
I don't know what that even
which
means.
is around this much.
Oh, current affairs on these, are they? No, I'm telling you, that's how bad the Australian market is. This actually probably, like, if this is in Victoria, would be $1 million house,
Incomplete.
depending what
Carpet's
suburb,
Incomplete.
because it's modern.
Wardrobe's incomplete. How?
There's no way they're getting this done in
This
a
is
week.
Incomplete. No basin installed.
I would cry.
The wardrobe's not installed.
I would literally cry.
The windows open all the way. They have to be adjusted.
What I find interesting about this, though, I'm pretty sure there's like a rule where you have to glaze the windows or put like a frost on it, because like they can see straight into the neighbors because it's a 2-story house, and like even in this house it's a rental, but because like it's the 2-story part, all the windows upstairs are frosted, so I can't really see out. I can't see out of them unless I stand on a chair and get the top part of it, but they're frosted for the privacy of the neighbors. So I'm surprised they didn't frost these windows. This looks like a nice view now, but this will all just like in a few years just be other people's windows and houses. Like it will just build up and you'll have a shit view. That's the other problem.
Yep. Non-compliant.
I'm feeling alright. Alan, how are you?
No labelling whatsoever on the windows. And have a look at this as well. Look what they've used.
2-bedroom.
Busted
Yeah,
and
no,
screws to
Canada's
fix the
really
window
bad
frames.
distinct.
Let me just put the camera out.
True, Bob. Interesting. Maybe it's further out this house, though. It's probably maybe not a mill.
Look at that, the mist of hole as well. So that needs to be sealed. It's obviously not sealed.
No, I said distinct. Yeah, Canada, I think, is one of the most expensive places to live, I believe. It's just a shame. It would have been such a beautiful home
Now,
if they built it right.
Let's see this balcony. Have a look at this. Massive sliding doors. And it's around, let's take a measure. It's around 7 meters.
That's nice. Isn't it regulation Australia to have frosted when I think it is. That's why I'm confused. But maybe because they haven't built the other houses yet.
Look at this. No support to the door seal. Look at that.
And I would
No
hate to
support
have his
at all.
job. I'd just get so angry all day.
Not only that, they're supposed to have a stand.
This is, I'm not
that
joking, chat, like
specifies
almost every
the
new build.
requirements. Now let's move along to the balcony right here. Enclosed balcony, no overflow whatsoever. I honestly
Oh,
thought
true prom, right.
that this pipe right here was the actual overflow. It turns out it's the drain for this balcony. Oh man, it just gets better and better.
Yeah, are there any
Now
tradies
also,
in the
there
chat
is
room
no
that kind of understand
vertical
what's going on?
termination of
Like
the
on a
membrane
scale of 1 to
anywhere.
10, how bad do you think this is?
So I don't know what they've done here.
Aw, I hope you're not, Alan. Yeah, definitely get some rest.
There is no water stop inside as
An
well.
8. Oh,
Nothing. I'll put an extract on the
I don't know,
screen
it's
for
a
you
lot of
guys to see as
incompetence.
Well. And have a look here.
wow.
You can see right through.
See, like I kind of understand what he's saying, but I don't understand like how bad this is. Ooh,
Incomplete works.
that's pretty
throughout.
fucked. Just looks like they're gonna, I don't know.
So, have a look here.
The problem is some of these new builds, they literally get you to pay up front. That's a problem. Like you pay up front and then you get to see it at the end. And the reason they do you that way is because you like you've already paid for it. Like you're stuck in this
No
contract,
overhang
even if
office
it's not
capping.
built right.
Supposed to have 50 mil overhang.
That is going to be a
Obviously,
cobweb
right through.
nightmare in Australia.
Compliant. Mate, major works to be done here. I mean, to install this overflow, you have to rip out tiles because it has to be installed to at membrane level. So the membrane has to turn into it, and I'll put an
Membrane.
extract for you guys to see what it is. Now let's have a look at the fall. Let's have a look at the fall requirements. If it has adequate fall.
But even doesn't that.
And
Done
the
plastering,
fall
bricklaying,
is not
landscaping.
adequate.
Oh,
It's supposed to be a
true.
minimum of weighing 100. And here,
Building designer.
it's
Yeah.
not, it has 6 mil over 1.2 meters, non-compliant.
I think it's a bit of a mixture of like them trying to get profits and also they have to pump it out so
Even
quick.
less here.
And they're just not checking like
obviously they're gonna get some
underqualified
ponding water.
builders.
You can see here how.
Yeah, but everyone tries to buy
water's
old
been
and Vic.
ponding
That's
in
the
a couple of
problem.
spots.
I'd rather
2
buy
mil
old
here,
and
not
renovate.
enough. Just have to show you. He's got 3 drains here on this balcony.
Zero. Thank you for
Female
gifting
fall.
yourself to Alan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
1 mil fall. Let's try to get through the other side as well. And 0 mil fall.
Shit.
Oh, is this guy for real? This has to get all ripped
This company
out.
would be laughed out of existence in California.
And also,
We need to do something
have-
about this.
This is another.
I'm civil engineer and I
breach
say
as
if I
well.
was in my country,
Just
it
use
would
for a
be
sec.
destroyed because it passes nothing. True.
We have also, and you got to remember, this is cement.
Oh yeah, buying old or new. The reason is you hire people like this to come do this because like a lot of the shit, like you can kind of pick it. It's that bad you can see, but you also need to like old or new. You always get somebody out to come inspect it before you buy. It's the same with the car. Boosting economy, not build nice houses. Yeah, it is
So
a
we
problem.
have
We like
9.3
houses are
meters.
profit, not for
No movement
living.
joint whatsoever. Cementa requires a movement joint. This is non-compliant.
It's a waste of materials that you almost have to rip this house down because you can't fix
to be
it.
seen, guys. Non-compliant.
Non-compliant. I
Another
love
major
it.
breach. Wow, there is so many items in this home. We've been here since 9 a.m. and now, look at the time, 2:38. Unbelievable. We've got to keep digging, guys. Let's go.
He's dressed like a SWAT officer. I'd be scared if he came up to inspect my build.
All right, let's
He
go
looks
up and
scary.
have a look. What's going on in the lower roof?
No. I went to inspect a few new build houses and like they had a balcony that looked over one of these and I'm not even a building inspector and I looked and I was shook by like the draining, like the pipes. I was like, it was so bad. I could see a fight and it was already rusting and they hadn't even finished building it. It was already rusting. And then I took somebody with me that like was an electrician and they were like, the guy's like talking this up, like showing this house because I wanted to have a look. And then it was going for like 800K, by the way. Not worth 3-bedroom and it was like further out of Melbourne and the guy like they opened the switchboard and they like nearly fainted. They said like the switchboard was so bad and it was all like he'd like never seen the brand before that they were like, oh my God, like this build's so bad. And the guy was like, do you want to put a deposit down or anything? I was like, fuck no, bro. Like this is really bad. Like I could tell the drainage and everything. Yeah, no, it was like for 800K. I was like, ugh. But yeah, they looked at the switchboard and it was all like basically like just like cheap Chinese like brands on the switchboard. And it was like the whole house was like hollow and like the paint was already peeling off and it hadn't even been finished for completion.
Whoa, that box cutter feels like it's got no support.
Dude, I feel like
Yeah.
you can't be walking on that.
Really poor support. And also,
Oh yeah, they want
that cutter's not
800,000.
sealed to the rain head. And that rain head is non-compliant as well.
Oh, do you know the
course.
problem? I don't know why they keep doing these like drain gutters like this. It's on this house as well, out in the thing. And it's actually really sad. I wish they would stop doing this on these modern homes or if they could find a different way or put like meshing on the top because every spring birds go in here thinking it's a nest and this happens constantly. It makes me really sad. And they've been nesting in there. And then when it rains heavy, which is like every second day in Melbourne, it floods out the baby birds and then they like go onto like the ground and then they die. I have tried to save so many little baby birds. I like put a couple of them in a towel and like, you know, tried like called fauna rescue and whatever, but they were like, oh, we won't take those birds because they're considered a pest. And I was like, what the fuck? And I like tried to keep them warm, but they always die. So I feel like I wish they would change the design of this because the birds just nest in them every single spring and then they get flooded out and they die. And it makes me so freaking sad. I always try to save the birds, but I've not been able to save one. and it's really distressing. Dan, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 30 months. Thank you. And then like no fauna rescue or nowhere will take them because they consider that particular bird species a pest. But I was like, guys, it's a little birdie. And then I don't know what type of bird it was, but yeah, I like kind of kept this one bird alive for a few days. And then it just died. The chick on the phone as well was like, it's gonna die. And I was like
That'll be next tracked for you guys to see what I mean exactly.
You'll collect dirt leaves. Yeah, it's kind of like gutters. You'd have to clean it, but they need to do something.
This here has to be open all the way down.
Or like, yeah, they just need to do something for the wildlife because it's actually really upsetting.
Which is not done.
Yeah, they considered that bird species a pest. I don't know. No, it wasn't a minor bird. It was like these little brown looking. It looked like a brown minor bird.
The flashing here, really neat job.
It's weird that they do a good job on something. There's other things are like, fuck it.
And notice how he didn't fix the top of the capping. He's fixed on the side, which is a requirement now under the National Construction Codes.
God, I'm scared this guy's going to fall through. Oh, it's a sparrow? Yeah, a sparrow then.
However,
I don't care what bird it like. I just don't want to see something die, you know?
This cladding is pretty poor.
No, any kind of animal, I'm saving it. A lizard, bird.
Look at the gaps there.
Probably not a snake. They scare me. Spiders I don't kill. I put them outside. Unless I like, it's a scary one and I can't get it outside.
As well. And I can't see a flashing installed to this window. So that's a breach as well. That's a breach of the manufacturer's installation manual as well, where they do require a flashing to be installed. And
this house is tragic.
Well, guys,
he did this other video where he put marbles on the ground to show how like unlevel the ground was, and they all started rolling.
Off the roof cladding,
he's not wrong though. Stop saying that. You're ruining my idea of love.
As you can see,
what is love?
It's not.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Look at this.
No more.
Not good. And then we have the nails as well. They're not finished flush. And that's common throughout a couple of sections. Have a look at this as well here.
Don't sing. Frieza, you love my singing. I'll drop you a mixtape and send it to you if you want.
That's not adequate.
But the day you get married, I'll win the Powerball.
And please also take note.
I'm a loving person, chap.
The sheer cladding.
How? I might be married one day.
Top of this wall.
We'll see.
Look, we can actually see the timber frame. Have a look at this.
Are you liking this, chat, or are you bored out of your brains?
Yep. Now,
because I kind of thought you guys might like this. Because I like this.
An overhang of a minimum of 20 to 50 mil. Let's have using my gauge and the ruler
clip these.
section.
These are funny.
It's around. We've got around 5 mil overhang. So it's supposed to be around here.
Yeah, I definitely could skip some. Like this part, I kind of want to see if, did they do any more on the inside?
Now I'm hoping
what's
this is not common throughout, but have a look. Let me. Have a look at this flashing.
So bad I can't look away. Surely that's not finished.
You can see a timber frame right there.
Are they on drugs? Like, how does this happen?
And I hate to repeat myself, but this is...
You know what it is, chap? It's bloody TikTok. Everybody's too busy making TikToks on the trade site that they're not putting in a good day's hard work anymore. The bloody Zoomers.
The complete product.
Stop making TikToks. It's social media. I'm fucking with you. But, you know.
No one's going to come and see.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say.
Lucky we got up here.
This guy's on TikTok. He's cool.
To see this.
That's pretty sad.
I'm
going to cry for these people.
So, let's keep going.
Feeling empathetic. I might actually have a little cry tonight for these people. And this house is pretty tragic.
Another item. Just about I was going to go down. Just about I was going to go down. Have a look.
Yeah, you can get your attention span pretty quick back on TikTok. Like my attention span for TikTok now is like I slide down about 5 to 10 TikToks and I'm bored and I get off of it. My attention span's too bad for TikTok now.
And water can go in. Look at this.
It's just bored. I do other stuff now. Yeah, I don't really. That's pretty crazy. What's the final? I need to know his final thoughts. I've cried twice on stream, I think.
So guys, now I'm going back to Melbourne. If you guys really enjoyed this
Oh, that
video,
wasn't
please
Melbourne.
hit the
Oh,
like
it's
button and
Sydney. That was a
subscribe.
Sydney build. I actually will subscribe. I like this guy's channel. It's honestly my worst nightmare. My heart goes out to the homeowners who have to fight tooth and nail to retrieve their investment. Brother is doing more, exposing the building industry in 10 minutes than the whole government and the building. Yeah, I was going to say he's doing more than the government.